Hello students, I am Dr. Tanmay Vishwas. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry and History of Molecules. I believe you are fine. So today we are going to discuss a multiple choice question presented in front of you. So please, I request you, please read the question, options and check the option. One of them is the right answer, so you have to find out what is the right answer. As usual, I first request you, please pause the video, try by yourself and write the answer you got, whatever you got in the comment box. You need to accept what's your current situation because self-evaluation is essential for improvement. So if you know what's your current status, you will be able to improve it as much as you can. So fine. So please pause the video and try by yourself. I believe you have paused the video and try by yourself, so it's my turn to give you the answer. So first of all, I shall give you a detailed mechanistic description of this problem. After that, I shall explain within 30 seconds how can you solve this problem. And as usual, I request you student, please subscribe this channel and if possible please support me through Patreon, because without your support it's very difficult for me to upload such kind of videos on a regular basis. Now fine, we have understood, and so we are going to the reaction of Decali. Okay, so this molecule name is Decali. And how this is produced? This is produced by hydrogenation of naphthalene. And by the way, I have described this thing in a dedicated video. Please visit that lecture if you want to learn more about this, because decalin is an interesting molecule, because cis-decalin, trans-decalin both. So please read, please visit the video if you want to know the chemistry in details. Now fine, we have discussed. So now question is that what will happen? Just let's draw this molecule again. So in all this case there are two hydrogen, all thing, and here only one hydrogen. And we know when we do something reaction with oxygen and air, please remember aerial oxygen is actually, by the way, it's a triplet oxygen, means this is, and this is actually a diradical. This is a diradical nature. That's why if you keep aldehyde in a chemical lab, for example benzaldehyde in a container, benzaldehyde is a liquid, after many days if you open the bottle you will see some crystals on the wall of the bottle or the neck of the bottle, and that is benzoic acid. Actually this diradical nature and oxidizing property resulted in oxidation of CH of aldehyde into the OH of like carboxylic acid. Fine, this is one point. Now so aerial oxygen, and by the way there is another kind of oxygen also which is like that, means it's a paired, it is called singlet oxygen. I have made a dedicated lecture on this singlet oxygen. Please visit if you want to learn more about this. Interesting, and this is highly toxic. Our atmospheric oxygen is this triplet oxygen, diradical. So what it can do? So radical reaction possible, and in where it will react, obviously the CH bond. Now question, which CH bond? This one or this one? This thing is mainly decided by the fact that where the produced radical is stable. Let me tell you. See, for example, let's consider this. So what it will result? Remember, this is a fish hook arrow. It means movement of one electron. So this is one radical plus OH. This H is abstracted from here. Now question. If you abstract this thing, what radical would have been produced? In this case, we have been produced this radical. This is actually a secondary radical. See, the carbon is secondary, but in this case, this is a tertiary radical. We know that radical is actually a 7 electron species, electron deficient. So it is stabilized by a plus I effect and hyperconjugation. And by the way, I have already discussed a dedicated lecture on the stability of short-lived reaction intermediates like carbocation, carbanion, radical, carbene. Actually, these are short-lived reaction intermediate. Please remember this term. So this radical is stable, that's why it will produce. Now question is fine, it is produced. What's the next step? This, as I told, this radical is 7 electron species. That's why this is very reactive. And when something is very reactive, it is very prone to do the reaction. And what happened? Again, one radical combination. So what it produces? This produces this OOH. Fine, I guess you understood. This thing is nothing but hydroperoxide. By the way, student, I have already described a dedicated lecture on cumin phenol process. Okay, There also you can observe similar kind of thing where cumene or isopropyl benzene, this thing, isopropyl benzene is converted into phenol and acetone, CH3COCH3, and this is one of the major method for production of phenol and bipyractic acetone. Both are useful. In this case, aerial oxygen is used and later on acid is used, like dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, so similar reaction, please remember, such that means if you remember one, then it is very difficult to remember others, and if you understand the mechanism, then you are excellent. Nothing to say. So now this is hydroperoxide. So next step, so first step, after this first step oxygen here, it will be the end of the first step. Second step, H3O plus means acid in dilute acid in aqueous condition. What can you expect? It will protonation will happen. Why protonation and why? First of all, see there this is actually a hydrogen peroxide derivative we consider, and in this case two oxygen are attached with a single bond, and actually these two lone pair have repulsion, and that is called alpha effect, which makes this molecule more reactive, like nucleophilic or slightly more basic. So that's than water. That's why they will undergo protonation. Now question, there are two oxygen. Which oxygen will undergo protonation? Obviously, logically this should go. But actually happens this because protonation is a reversible reaction, two oxygen possible. If protonation happens here, that will not have any fate. But if protonation happens here, that has a fate. And actually I should write this as a reversible reaction because protonation is a reversible reaction and it is actually an acid-base reaction. So this, okay, fine. Now previously if you think that oxygen-oxygen bonds are not that much stable because of this lone pair repulsion, fine. But when one case it became OH2 plus, the stability somehow increases, point number one. Second, if you think that's okay, this is unstable, so let's break this bond and do something else. Will it follow? No, chemistry follows certain rules. Okay, so it cannot leave because OH, if it leaves, it will be OH minus. It is not a good leaving group. Whereas if it leaves as H2O, it is a good leaving group. And by the way, if you have any doubt in this concept, you can visit one lecture, Nature of Leaving Group in Nucleophilic Substitution Reaction. There you can understand the story little better way. Okay, so now OH become a good leaving group because it's a neutral molecule. So it will leave. So it will not leave directly. It will leave, along with that it will migrate. And it ultimately what it will result? It will result first of all this is double bond, this is carbocation will be here. In the next step, this is a carbocation, I better to say secondary carbocation. So what can do? This water molecule present in the reaction because I have taken aqueous acid, so water will attack this and ultimately it will result in OH. Okay, this is actually the product. Now, so answer is this one. Now question, why this CC bond migrates? That is, I believe, a difficult question. So that thing I'll explain based on the molecular orbital point of view. Let's draw the cyclohexane. Whether cis or trans doesn't matter. Let me draw the trans one such that you can understand this thing in a relatively better way. So this is this position tertiary, so OH plus. And in this case, who is migrating? This bond. This CC bond. Question 5. Now, you can understand. So actually, when somebody is migrating or attacking, what happens? This is actually a sigma bond. So sigma bond is breaking. Why? Because someone is giving electron to the sigma star of this bond. Okay. So if the sigma contains 2 electrons, if you give 2 electrons to the sigma star, then need bond order is 0. So how that is happening? In order to understand that, you need to understand the orbital picture of sigma and sigma star. See, sigma means in between. Okay, so in between this is plus, minus, minus. Sigma, this is the orbital picture of sigma. In case of sigma star, and in this case you can consider this is one oxygen, this is one oxygen. So in case of sigma star, how it looks? This is. Okay, so this is plus, minus, plus, minus. Is it visible? Yeah, it's visible. So minus. So now, if some nucleophile gives give electron to the sigma star, then it need to do the overlap with this slope because its size is bigger. So now question, what happens here? In this case the sigma star looks like this. I should draw it little better way. Means this, because this is the bond, so this is plus minus, fine. Now if you look at the sigma of this bond, this is the sigma, is in same plane, so they can make better overlap easily. That's why this bond migrates and ultimately it opens up to produce this. Whether you can consider that, sir, there is a chance that this hydrogen can be migrated. No, that's not possible. Because of such kind of extensive overlap, not possible. Actually, theoretically you can do everything, but you need a proper way, and chemical reaction needs two things. One is energy matching, second is symmetry matching. First of all, it matches energy as well as symmetry, and another thing, it is in proper conformational orientation such that these two orbitals can overlap easily, such that this can break and ultimately result in our molecule. That's why this is the right answer. Fine. So question, why not others? See, in this case, in this example, just look at that. I have broken a carbon-carbon bond. It is not possible under this condition. Okay, students, it is not possible. Second, this is actually a alcohol. This is C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So actually this is a acetal formation in this case. Okay, for acetal formation, remember one thing, that you need to remove the water. I have given only aqueous acid, very diluted, where majority of water. Such kind of reactions do not possible. Point number 1. Then question whether this or this. Now, see, condition H3O plus, I haven't written anything heat or dehydrating reagent. Then how this alcohol undergo dehydration to produce this one? Second thing, during the aldol condensation, you have observed that the reaction produces this alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. Okay, why it produces this alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl? Because this double bond is in conjugation. But in this case, see, double bond is not in conjugation. So that's why dehydration of such kind of double bond is not so much easy under this mild reaction condition. That's why it will not be the product. Reaction will stop at this stage. Now question, if this question appear in your exam less than 30 seconds, how can you come up with the right answer? First of all, you need to understand that oxygen in air is given and generally given, but aerial oxygen is diradical, so radical reaction will happen. Where will happen? Obviously the most stable radical production, this tertiary center, and oxygen insertion in organic molecule result in hydroperoxide formation, like this type of derivative. This I erased. Hydroperoxide, then hydroperoxide. Okay, I have read Cumin-Fellowes process is similar to this reaction, so ultimately this will go migrate and ultimately it will result in a carbocation formation here. These steps I am just telling student, it is better for you to write. Apparently it may look at very easy, but which is not, I believe. Then water addition, fine. For option this. Now question, there are only one option there. Will it happen? Only look at the condition H3O plus? Not possible. So initially when you do this oxidation will be this. So these two options initially gone. Process of elimination, as I told every time, apply. Now question, this or this. So first of all, how both could be produced? And in this case, just look at no CC bond is there. It will indicate, it give you hints that this CC will migrate. Okay. So now positive charge will jump up. Ultimately, it will result in alcohol. And will this alcohol undergo dehydration under this condition? Not possible. I have already discussed dedicated lecture on alcohol dehydrogenation. Dehydration. Please visit if you want to learn those things in details. So it will not go. That's why this will not possible. It is the product. So using process of elimination, common sense and cool mind, you can come up the right answer. But I always request students, please read adequately, do practice, improve your confidence level. It will result a cool mind and confident attitude in the exam hall, which will help you to come up right answer. And another thing, depression, anxiety in the exam hall create lots of negative output in exam. So that's why how we can reduce the depression or lack of confidence. First of all, study more, practice more, automatically your confidence level will increase. So this is the end of this discussion. I believe this video may be useful for you. If it is, please write in the comment box your opinion. Most importantly, Please subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notification of every single video I upload, and please share this among your friends, because your share will help my channel to grow. Another thing, it will help other students who will get such kind of content free of cost. So that is the benefit for them also. Okay, so this is the end of this discussion. Thanks for watching. Stay happy, stay blessed. See you in my next video. Bye bye.